Good morning, everybody. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Show, and this is your football update for Sunday, the 9th of August. We had some Champions League action yesterday. We had some managerial chopping and changing. Here is what went on yesterday. So, we were still finishing off those remaining round of 16 games in the Champions League. Second night of that. And we had victories for Barcelona and Bayern Munich, both moving on into the quarterfinals next week. Barca beat Napoli 3-1 at the Nou Camp there. Here is Langley heading in from a corner. Doesn't matter if it's Champions League, Barcelona. Pick up your men from the corners. So this is Leo Messi, who's double marked and everything looks quite safe. A bit further on, but he's triple marked now. I don't quite know how he ends up scoring from here because he's just fallen over, and he seems to be falling over when he takes this shot, but brilliantly just using that defender in the way of the goalkeeper. Look at the big gap to Espina's right. And of course, because he's Messi, he sticks the ball there for 2-0. I should have mentioned the first leg was 1-1. So that is now 3-1 on aggregate. And Luis Suarez, sorry, that's Messi celebrating. Oh, doesn't look like I've got the Suarez goal. Put the wrong one up. Luis Suarez banged in a penalty for 3-0 just before half-time. Another penalty, Napoli scoring there through Insignia. So the game ends 4-2 on aggregate. Barca go through. Q stats of 13 straight years of Barca being in the Champions League quarterfinals. And another team that dominates in Europe is Bayern, and God, they're dominant this season. The first leg of this one was 3-0, so that is 7-1 on aggregate over Chelsea and Frank Lampard there. Here's Robert Lewandowski sticking in a penalty for 1-0. This is Perisic arriving from a Lewandowski little through ball. You can see Lewandowski, number 9, has just slipped him through there for 2-0. Hudson-Odoi has a goal disallowed. VAR chalks that one off, but then Neuer spills that one. Tammy Abraham, championship guru Tammy Abraham, 18th goal of the season for him, tapping in. But 6-1 on aggregate. That is Tolisso. I think Lewandowski assisted that one as well. He had quite the game, the Polish striker. He's just going to cushion that one in. And this was a great goal, actually. Lewandowski, look, you can see the player in front. Someone will tell me in the comments who that is. It's a bit blurry. Has obviously got the shout, get out the way. And Lewandowski arrives and just pulverizes the header into the back of the net. Brilliant stuff by him. Here's his stats for this season. That's 13 goals in 617 minutes. So he's basically scoring a goal every sort of 47 minutes or something in the Champions League. Just exceptional there. Look at that in the Bundesliga as well. 34. German Cup as well. It's 54 goals this season. What a player. Here are your Champions League quarterfinals then. So coming up Wednesday, Atalanta and PSG. Thursday is RB Leipzig and Atletico. Friday, Barca and Bayern. Clash of the Titans, that one. And on Saturday, Man City versus Lyon. Really, really nicely set up. And if the big names go through in the ties that maybe contain some class, Lyon as obviously they've won the French league about 1 million times, haven't they, before PSG got the Arab money over there. But you certainly could have PSG, Atletico, Manchester City, and then one of Barcelona and Bayern. So I'm sure the UEFA and the Champions League people selling the Champions League advertising are very, very happy with the names in there. Remember, we're having this sort of mini European tournament just to end this never-ending season out now. But hey, it's all we've got for the next few weeks, so let's use it. Maurizio Sarri. This was interesting yesterday. I guess that would have gone out in the morning, sort of early Italian time. Italian giants Juve have sacked Maurizio Sarri. He guided them to a 9th straight title, but you remember the previous night they were knocked out of the Champions League, obviously by Lyon on away goals. Well, I've seen this many times covering the Championship. The second a team, maybe a parachute team, is too far away from the playoffs, well, the hammer comes down and they're out. And the second Sarri's out of the Champions League, out he goes. You can see a title is not enough for these guys at Juve. A 9th straight title. They want that Champions League. They were there in the quarters. In the round of 16. They've got Cristiano Ronaldo, but they didn't get the win. Sarri, famously sort of an ex-banker, had built himself up through the lower divisions, done well at Napoli, was at Chelsea, wasn't he, last season for a year. Now a year at Juve. I'm sure he'll be in another high-powered job in Europe or in Italy at some point. But the replacement floats my boat, and this is not a technical thing. This is just the fact that I'm a very, very big fan of this guy. Juve hire Andrea Pirlo as their manager. He'd only just come in as a week after hiring the midfielder as a under-23 boss there. He's only 41 and he signs a 2-year deal there. Based on the belief, Juventus said that Pirlo has what it takes to lead from his debut on the bench an expert and talented squad to pursue new success. We spoke about this yesterday. Well, on the next story involving Bournemouth. Yes, we are going to compare Juve and Bournemouth. But I just think there's some sense with these super clubs now, the ones that have sporting directors and, elite, ridiculous squads that should be winning the league every season. There's some sense that the infrastructure around is the most important thing. And maybe even we're getting to the point where the sporting director is the most important figure in general at the club. Obviously not responsible for tactics or pattern of play or, putting a team out on the pitch. But this sense, particularly with, say, a Zidane at Real Madrid, where somebody that knows the club and knows the ethos of everything just needs to come in and kind of oversee rather than, these personality managers like a Pep Guardiola or a Jose Mourinho who are going to be in charge of absolutely everything. Some sense with this appointment that they want a familiar face and someone with a big name and a big stature. Very much smacks of Zidane at Real Madrid, doesn't it? A great player for that team. And obviously my fandom from Pirlo comes from this suave, long-haired, stylish Italian deep-line playmaker who just seemingly towards the end of his career just took the mickey, didn't he? It's like, I've given up running and I've given up doing sensible passes. I'm just going to stand back here and ping the ball around very stylishly with a cigar. I'm a great player to watch. And if you want to sum up kind of Italian swagger and arrogance versus English sort of determination and bluster, look at the Joe Hart vs Pirlo in the penalty shootout where Hart's giving it all the yap, 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 shouting, trying to put him off, and Pirlo jogs up, dinks it down the middle, and it's quite the sight. So I'm a big fan of Pirlo. That's not to say whether or not he's going to be a good manager, who knows, but it would appear that unless he wins the Champions League, he's not going to last the 2 years or longer than 2 years, certainly at Juventus. But good story. Another managerial deal in yesterday was Jason Tindall in at Bournemouth. 18 years as player and coach. So I think he's only 42 or I think he's 42. Pirlo was 41, wasn't he? Again, I'm not comparing Juve and Bournemouth or the standing in the game of Jason Tindall against Andrea Pirlo, obviously. But you can see a relatively similar appointment, although Tindall is not the inexperienced guy that maybe the football world thinks he is on the basis that he's not, kind of a big name. He's done a lot of work, particularly at Bournemouth with how he went on the short-lived journey to Burnley with Eddie Howe as well. So they worked together for 12 years. I spoke about this on a video yesterday. There it is. So you can go and see me talk in detail about that. I think the takeaways were, yes, you've got continuity, although it's not a big name stroke safe pair of hands. And you just wonder whether having that limited a frame of reference, just working for one manager at one club. But again, I threw in the Scott Parker example of not much experience, but knew the club, calm, safe pair of hands. And you tend to find the parachute teams that mess things up are the ones that rip everything up and, make a big play, like a Stoke or something where you have 3 managers already and probably 20 players signed over the time they've been down. Well, I think it's all about stability and pressing home that advantage of a Premier League squad and the financial advantage of the first year parachute payments as well. So we will see how Mr. Tyndall goes at Bournemouth. I wish him good luck. And we're expecting somewhat of a similar appointment on Monday. Dean Holden has been offered, I think, the Bristol City job. So we're going to be having a similar conversation. However, the context is different when you don't have those parachute payments. Certainly, that's sculpting my image of those 2 hires. If that does go through, we're expecting it to. No football, well, some Scottish league stuff. Tomorrow night, you're back with the Europa League and Milan and Leverkusen. Manchester United will be playing against Copenhagen there. So the UEFA stuff coming back for some Europa League, and then we get those Champions League quarterfinals, I believe, from Wednesday. I think they've split the Europa League ones. So you can see how the Champions League is king. They don't want you to wait for the Champions League. They'll go 2 days Europa. We want 4 days Champions League in a row. And then 2 more days of Europa. I think I'm right in saying that is the schedule. Speaking of schedules, I am planning on doing a live stream tonight. Obviously, the watch-alongs were a great success during lockdown. So I think I will do sort of a Q&A and a catch-up live stream, maybe about 7 p.m. tonight. But I'll have a think about that and get that advertised ahead of time. So we might need some questions and some participation for that. So that was your football update for this morning, Sunday, 9th of August, as we approach 9 a.m. here in cloudy Bedfordshire today. In terms of the channel, you can support via Super Chat or on Patreon. Super Chat you can find if you watch back this video. I'll put it up as a premiere, so you can just click the live chat after the fact and press that little dollar button to donate if you want to support me there. We've had a really great few days at Patreon, a good few subscribers coming on over there. The reason I'm asking for financial sort of support is as we're building up the channel, which is going really, really well, just before we can raise enough ad revenue for me to be able to make the bills and eat and have electricity and things of that nature here, just need a little bit of help on the Super Chat side and the Patreon side. The plan is, and the existing patrons have been really brilliant about this, that we will be putting Patreon exclusive stuff. At the moment over there, you get a sort of vlog from me, maybe weekly, and there's a good community there and posts and whatnot going up there. In the end, we're going to be putting Patreon exclusive stuff down there. It's just a bit of a finding the right point to switch over and where we can take our eye off YouTube and focus more on Patreon, but still keep everything growing, because I don't have a job now going forward. Thank you, COVID. If you are not in a position to help financially, and this will always be free, no obligation to do so, you can still help if you're a fan of the channel and you want to help and do so. Just hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. That's up to 11,000 subs now. It says 10,000 over there. By the way, that cup there was bought by a very kind Leeds fan, that BB cup. So if you want to buy me a cup as well, that'd be absolutely wonderful. We'll stick stuff on the shelf up there. Interaction really helps. I've become a kind of campaigner for kindness online, so I'll give my usual spiel on that. I don't believe we as humans have worked out how to cope with the internet and the direct forum to creators and being able to speak to each other, but without it being face to face. And I don't think we do it very well. I don't think the internet companies police it very well. So I will do my bit here as a creator and say, if you're going to comment on the video, feel free to express your opinion, to agree, to disagree. If you feel you know more, tell us, but use the comments as a way of discussing in a civil, kind manner that's not just being a jerk and yelling and screaming. And if you do know more, use it as a way to educate us. And I know I talk about that a lot, but it's something that I think is worth campaigning about, given I don't think we're getting it right on the internet at the moment. It'll get better, but I think it needs talking about. And I think people need to work hard and kind of spread the message of, look, we know how to police out on the streets. We've been doing that for hundreds of years, but the internet's only been around for less than 2 decades, I guess, in its existing form. And we're not getting it right, are we? But anyway, enough of my socio-political ramblings. Let me take that banner down and say thank you all for watching. Get involved in the live stream. I have no intention to be back during the day today unless there's any big news breaking. So that should be the next video, and hopefully I'll see you there. Thank you for watching. Over and out.